Hi everyone, welcome to week 6. This week we are going to be turning in our contextual analysis essays. And so I've simplified the week a little bit. We're not going to have a discussion board this week. I really want you to focus on getting your contextual analysis essays in. And so if you have questions about what the expectations are going to be, just remember there's a couple of sample essays here you can look at. There's a rubric at the bottom of the page that you can see how I'm going to be grading this assignment. And then also we are going to be having peer review this week. And so you can submit a draft. What you'll want to do is submit a draft on February 24th to this peer review assignment. And then what's going to happen is, and you want to make sure you get it in on time, because what's going to happen is Canvas is automatically going to assign another student's essay for you to review. And if it's turned in late, you won't get that assignment. And so you'll have to reach out to me, and I'm happy to do it, but I'll have to manually assign you someone because Canvas needs it to be in on time. Okay, and so then you're going to get an email to whatever is associated with Canvas, whichever email, and it's going to have a link, and you click on that link, and then it will take you to the student's essay that you'll be reviewing for the peer review, okay? And if you have any issues with this, any questions, I can always kind of intervene. I have access to everything, so I can always send you a draft. So don't worry if you're like, the email didn't come through, I can't get points now. I'm happy to help you make sure that you get those points, okay? So the main thing to keep in mind is you need to make sure you turn in the draft Tuesday, February 24th. It does not need to be a complete draft. It's okay if it's, 3 pages only, that's fine. Turn in whatever you have and then make sure that you give feedback by Thursday, February 26th, so that you can get credit for peer review and help people get the information on how they should revise their paper before they submit it. And by the way, I did include some prompts down here that will give you a little bit of a sense of how I'm going to be thinking when I'm grading your essay. So hopefully that will be helpful. The only other assignment we have this week is the introduction paragraph. And so there's a lecture that will go into more detail about how to write an introduction and kind of why we write introductions this way. But it's actually a very simple assignment. You have already written your thesis statement. And so I just need you to write a hook, where you're kind of reeling the reader in, making them feel like, oh, this is interesting, or this is relevant to me. I want to learn more. And then 1 to 3 sentences of background information, essentially just enough information that they are able to understand your thesis. Because remember, you are going to be going into the summary in the paragraph after your introduction. So just go light on the summary at this point. You're going to go into more depth in the next paragraph. That's it for this week, everybody. I'm really looking forward to reading your essays. Please let me know if you have any questions or if you'd like some support or feedback or anything like that. And I will see you all next week.